My name is Reverend Dr. Barry King, and I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I'd like to share a companion video with you for the book about being psychic. And this is video number 2, Consciousness Before Belief. One of the most important things we can understand about intuition, and really about human experience in general, is a simple sequence that most people never stop to examine. We assume belief comes first. And in lived experience, this is usually not the case. Experience comes first. Belief comes later. Before we explain anything, we experience it. Before we interpret anything, we are aware of it. Something is felt, something is noticed, something shifts. And only afterward does the mind step in and ask, what is this? What does this mean? How should I understand it? That order matters, because belief is not an inherent feature of consciousness. Belief is something we learn. It is shaped by culture, by religion, by family systems, by education, fear, and social reinforcement. Beliefs can organize reality. They can offer structure. They can help us describe what we are going through. But beliefs do not create awareness, and they do not come before awareness. You can feel discomfort without a theory. You can sense ease without explanation. You can notice that something is off without knowing why. Consciousness is working before belief arrives. This becomes especially important when we talk about intuition and psychic awareness. Because if belief gets inserted too early, if we already assume what an experience must be, then perception gets filtered before it is even recognized. Instead of noticing what is present, we begin confirming what we already expect. Instead of observing awareness, we observe a story. And stories are not neutral. Stories are shaped by whatever we were taught. That is why two people can have a very similar inner experience and interpret it in completely different ways. One person calls it guidance, another calls it anxiety, and another calls it imagination, another calls it coincidence. Yet the original thing, the actual experience, happened before any label was applied. Belief comes after. Now let me be clear. Belief itself is not bad. Belief is not something we have to reject or fight with. Beliefs can be very helpful. But the problem begins when belief is mistaken for truth, or when belief is mistaken for perception itself. When that happens, awareness becomes constrained. A sensation becomes something. A feeling becomes about something. And an impression becomes caused by something. And the mind moves very quickly from noticing to explaining to narrating. But consciousness does not require immediate meaning in order to function. Not every awareness carries instruction. Not every inner shift is a message. Not every knowing demands explanation. Sometimes perception is simply perception. Children demonstrate this naturally. They experience life directly. They feel what they feel. They notice what they notice. They don't always rush to explain it. Over time, conditioning teaches them what is acceptable, what is real, what is imaginary. what should be trusted and what should be dismissed. Adults are not less aware, they are more conditioned. So, what we are doing here is not trying to become psychic. We are not trying to force anything. We are simply restoring a sequence. Experience first, understanding second, belief optional. And when that sequence is restored, something wonderful happens. Intuition becomes less dramatic, less pressured, less frightening. Awareness becomes easier to notice because you're not immediately trying to define it. You're simply allowing it. And from that place, a calmer place, clarity tends to grow naturally because consciousness functions beautifully when we let experience arrive before explanation. Thank you for allowing me to share. I wish you love, joy, and peace. And hug someone you love. Thank you.